Hi everybody, we're back here in downtown Largo, Florida. We're here to answer questions in our brick and mortar store where we buy and sell continuously. It's during business hours, so keep in mind we might have some things going on in the background. But thank you for your patience. I want to thank everybody who sent some emails in the past. There's been a lot of great questions, and those questions have actually spurred exactly what we're going to do right now. Since I've been a young kid, my dad started this business in '73 and I was 7 years old behind the counters. One of the main questions is, should I buy gold and silver in case of economic collapse? Well, the answer is yes, but let's talk a little bit more about that before I give you my full answer. If there were ever to be an economic collapse, meaning the banks shut down, credit cards shut down, and they couldn't hold any money, you would need to be able to buy water, food, gas, anything that you needed. One of the mechanisms that people feel that would be good is if you have a certain amount of gold coins and silver coins in your possession, so that if you needed to go barter, trade for silver, for bread and sugar and the things that you need to survive on, that you would be able to do so. So one of the best methods for that is, prior to 1964, US coins were made out of 90% silver. So there's already a mechanism that we currently sell to a lot of people that, well, some people call them preppers, but a lot of people just call them, cautious. Silver dimes, silver quarters, silver halves, silver dollars. These are in small enough increments where you could actually take a little dime and go to the store and buy a piece of bread. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, how would that work? How would I know what I'm getting? Well, we don't know at this point what that would mean, but we have an example of it. When the wall fell and the USSR, Union of Soviet Social Republic, fell, the whole Russia was in a mess. What happened is, we'll call them, for lack of better words, in order for people to get toilet paper, bread, water, a black market opened up. And basically what that meant is if people had a gold coin or silver coin, they could go to the local market, not necessarily a nefarious name, but just a market that was trying to determine how to buy and sell. They would have a board. They'd say, okay, 1 ounce of silver equals this many new rubles, which equals a basket of bread. So what it means is, if there were to be a collapse, there would be an economic market that popped up almost immediately, just like it did in Russia, because people will need to buy, sell, trade. People need to eat, they need to drink, they need to do what they need to do. With this in mind, if you wanted to take your portfolio, and maybe you don't have to be a total doomsday prepper, but just put a little bit into these silver 90% coins. Again, this is not investment advice, but the coins would be good. There's also fractional gold, there's 1/10 eagles, there's 1/4 ounce eagles, there's 1/2 ounce eagles, there's 1 ounce eagles, there's everything. From what I've heard, people that are doing this, they feel that it might be a 6-month period before anything happened. What that means is, if the economy did collapse, remember the guys in Washington, they have a vested interest in making this work. It's felt that they would have this back up and running for 6 months. So you would want to have enough silver and gold in your portfolio that you could live on that for 6 months while they're getting the credit cards back up, the bank accounts back up. And again, like I said, this has been going on since my dad first opened this store. Matter of fact, my dad, this is a great story, ordered the powdered food, the powdered veggies, the powdered everything. We loaded it. As a young kid, I was forced to load it into my large closet. And I can remember 20 years later, I was the one that had to clean the closet out and get rid of all this powdered stuff that did not ever need. And the reason the reason that I feel my dad have felt that we never needed to use it is, although the economy goes up and down, the guys at the top with all the money, they have a vested interest in not having anarchy. They don't want to have riots in the streets or craziness or black markets popping up. So they always work extremely hard to make sure none of that ever happens. Even with the meltdown of 2007, you saw the quick reactions. So although it might be prudent to have something in your back pocket just in case, I don't think we have much of a chance of having any kind of a social meltdown or riots in the streets. So the bottom line is basically, we're safe, unless, of course, a little bit of a joke here, there's a zombie apocalypse. I hope this helped. All right, it's been great. A lot of information, a lot of questions answered. Remember, this is all off the cuff. So if you have specific questions, please feel free to email us, text us, call us. Remember, include any pictures, dimensions. The more information you give us, the better we can do to get you information back. Keep in mind, it may take 24 to 48 hours to get it back to you, but we'll do the best we can. And of course, we want to buy the merchandise, but there's no charge for any of the information we give, and there's no expectations. So feel free with no pressure to get us any questions. Thank you very much.